Boom. What is going on, Ocala? Coach Joey coming in, your fitness coach and mentor. Live in the gym right now, a little bit quiet today. We didn't have regular classes on this Monday, just kind of let everybody finish up their holiday. There is an open gym today from 4 to 6:30, so if you do decide that you want to come in and work out, I'll be here. Be more than happy to help you out with some workouts. But I wanted to come in, start the year off right with a little bit of a message for today. And, this is something that may help some of you kind of get through the year, maybe when, times aren't going the best that you think. So I've been doing kind of a lot of research, studying, TED Talks and all that stuff about, some of the social media bias and some of the things that are out there in the world that we live in and how we connect to the people around us. And realistically in life, you'll have things that come up that aren't necessarily positive. You'll have, hard times that come up. And then a lot of people, because they spend so much time immersed in social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, the Twitters or whatever else there is these days, the Snapchat, and it feels like everybody in your world and everybody in your life is always in a good place all the time because you're constantly exposed to that. Now, that's kind of, to me, what's referred to as a social media bias, meaning that if you have 500 friends on Facebook, realistically, how many of them are actually friends that you connect with on an emotional or a personal level. But you start going through your feed and, this person has a new car and this person got a raise and this person had a baby and this person bought a new house. And there's all these positive things that are going on. Now, some of the stuff that I read obviously talks about how people put a little bit of a front on social media. So I could see that as well, but let's say that there's no front, nobody's putting on any fronts, and everybody's just posting positive things that are happening in their life. And then something happens that's not so positive to you. Maybe you lose your job. Maybe you can't pay your mortgage payment that month because something really stressful financially happened or whatever the case is. You start spending too much time on social media and it starts to create almost a little bit of a depression. You'll start asking yourself, well, why can't I do this and why can't I do that? So what you have to understand is that throughout the year, if you have 500 friends on Facebook and only one person each day has something positive that happens to them and they post it on Facebook, that's going to consume your whole year right there. But most likely there's going to be more frequency than that, or you may have more friends than that. So that's number one. Number two is, just because you only see the positive stuff that are happening in people's life on social media doesn't mean that other people don't have, troubling times or things that they feel like are overwhelming or negative or whatever the case is. And I know sometimes on social media, like when a family member passes away or an animal or somebody's in a car accident, they'll post that stuff. And usually it'll help them, feel a little bit more positive because the more comments or the more likes they get. They've done studies that show that that creates almost a reaction like somebody who wins at gambling because, so it'll make you feel better, a little bit of a serotonin release or whatever the case is. But when you're having a hard time, something comes up and you're on Facebook, remember that everybody always has something going on, and it doesn't have to be all the time, but just know that if you're having a hard time, don't believe that everything around you in the world is perfect. If something comes up, knuckle down, focus on the problem, try to come up with a solution, set a goal, and smash it, all right? Regardless of what it is, whether it's fitness, financial, your relationship, whatever the case is, you have to do you. You have to worry about you. Don't get so focused on what everybody else is doing. And believe me, myself included, throughout the year, there's going to be probably more than one occasion where there's something detrimental that makes it feel bad. Nobody's ever going to post on Facebook, man, I had a really bad week and I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage this week. Or, man, I had a really bad week and I got in a bad argument with my wife and now we haven't talked for 2 days. Typically, you're not going to see those kind of things. So it creates a social media bias where everything on social media is way up here. And then if you're in an emotional state that puts you way down here and you're constantly looking at everything that's way up here, it could add to some of the stuff where you're feeling bad for yourself or maybe even getting a little bit depressed. So don't get caught up in that. Understand that everybody goes through stuff throughout the year. Focus on you, focus on your goals, keep plugging away and pushing forward. I promise that you'll overcome it and that you'll get there. All right, you guys, January 2nd, Monday in the gym, open gym from 4 to 6:30. Obviously, if anybody out there has questions about fitness, nutrition, health and wellness, where to start, how to get started, come talk to me. Let me know. 352-694-3333, 2017, second day in. All right, you guys, have a good one.